Hey guys, welcome back to martial art author reaction. Uh, Sensei Seth is trying Ninjitsu. Um, so basically, it's a style uh, that is. So if you look at the translation for this word, right, it's the art of ninjas. Now, are you learning taijitsu and bojutsu to become a ninja, right? To become a shinobi, rather, right? Uh, so it's a ninjas train in various arts. So like basically grappling, striking, getting learning how to uh defend yourself against all the weapons. So there's it's you learn everything, man. As for to a way to survive in the time of Japan, where so a small brief history of ninjas. They're not as what you think. Shit. Yes, and I'm doing a YouTube video. So that's my son. he was just, what are you doing? He's always want to know what I'm doing. What are you doing? Ha! That's the this morning. My kids was up. I think my oldest son was up at 6 a.m. this morning. I'm about to sleep. Can I get on the tablet? Yes. We're back to sleep, dude. Anywho, I was going to start this. Let's dive into his experience. Let's see.
Hey, what was your favorite movie growing up? Mine was Three Ninjas, High Noon to Meg Mountain. The one where they went to the amusement park, Hulk Hogan was there. It's not even a good movie, don't ask me why.
Yeah, so that one that does not have all of the kids. I think they kept Tom Tom, the original Tom Tom, because he's still young, young enough to be in there. Maybe I don't. I think they might change them out. Anyways, no. If you watch the first, so Three Ninjas, Three Ninjas kick back, and Three Ninjas knock up. Those are the three that kept the same actors. The first three. The fourth movie that he just talked about was Three Ninjas, Mega Mountain, something was Hulk Hogan. Um, if I remember correctly, I think Hulk Hogan seems to be the bad guy in the film. It's been a while since I watched the movie. And I gotta watch my kids in a small little baby pool swimming around. Anyways, let's continue.
That's my favorite. Why is that relevant? Well, specifically because I wanted to be a ninja growing up. I'll be honest, I didn't even...
Actually, you know, a bit honest self too. Once the power of like the Age of Power Rangers and the ninjas and stuff like that, I actually wanted to be. I was dressed up as a ninja for Halloween. I didn't want to be a ninja. But if you don't know the history of ninjas, right? So ninjas, they came from China, for one. Let's get that out of the way. They came from China. Then Japanese adapted it in a sense, right? So if you look at um, so Sub-Zero, for instance, it's a Chinese version of Ninja. So you have I'm pretty sure to have the name. I have to really look. I have to Google that shit up to give you the name of it. Was it Ninja in Chinese? But what it is, how it derived in Japan as a word ninja is because the Chinese word was similar, pretty close to how you would say ninja in Japanese. Another word for it as well as shinobi. Anybody who watched Naruto will learn the word shinobi, and there's no difference in the title of it. Um, shinobi and ninjas are the same. If you look it up, if you do all your research on those two words, they are the same. There's no right or wrong answer. If you want to call them shinobi, you can call them shinobis. I think ninja sounds better. That's why you don't really see a lot of movies called shinobi. Because ninja, ninja. Um, America's also there's more than one. We have the S at the end, ninjas, but really ninja can be sure in Japanese is plural, plural, single and plural at the same time. Because of the fact, so there you go. The art is ninjitsu, but it's just but it's not just ninjitsu, but it's taijitsu and botitsu. So, anyways, just get down, keep on.
I didn't really think they existed, but then I found one. Well, kind of. This is Hardy, and he teaches ninjitsu. So does that make you tech?
They don't. It says no more. The art is there to give you an idea of what ninjas learned back in the back at the time when Dave did this. They were bombers, and a lot of the tools were used to there was a shift where they get corn, not corn and rice and stuff, and they wanted to be rebellious to the samurai, and because samurai were treated farmers shady, in other words. Anyway, this is the reason why, one of the reasons why ninjas will fight in the shadows, because the fact the samurais were bigger and that the armor were they was wearing armor, so they had to find weak spots the weak spots of the, so they will actually scout throughout. There was spy on the on their enemy, in other words, and they were midnight colors, like to it wasn't even black. Look, this the color right here of his dogi uh ninja dogi uh is incorrect. They after the World War, uh like midnight blue, navy blue, uh, uniforms, and they were red. Sometimes they were red uniforms. It really depends on the camouflage, right? I mainly wear the navy blue or really dark blue to blend in the night sky. Um, um, and they were able so they can stay in the shadows. The black suit that he's wearing, it came famous by Hollywood.
Technically a ninja?
Not technically
I
speaking.
feel like that's what a ninja would say. There's a lot of confusion around ninjitsu and whether it's real or not. Like, when's the last time you saw a ninja?
Ninjitsu is a tricky.
That's something so ninja was down during the basically the last time you saw a samurai, the same era where the era of samurai died out. It was just around, I want to say 1880s, 80s or 1870s or something like that, where they just because the imperial army came in Japan. I can't think of right off my top of my head what era that is right now. But it would be the time where that, so they were started about 1560s, and they I think I want to say I think as far I think no I'm a little bit oversaturated on the 1880s. I think it's more like 1867 or 65, something like that. The mid 1860s. Picture. I have the. You know what? Let's Google that. Let's Google that shit real quick. It's it shouldn't take too long to really Google. Okay, so. Oh, so okay, so hold on. So 15th century. So okay, so I was close. I was pretty damn close. I said 1865. So it's they was 1603 to 1668 CE. It was during the Edo period. So if you don't know what Edo mean is, it was the before Tokyo. No, it's so that's Edo is Tokyo basically. They changed um um you still have Kyoto, but Edo is, I don't think it says anymore. I think it's now Tokyo. So there you go. There's the that's your information right there for ninjas. Um,
term, and a lot of people argue that ninjitsu would specifically mean like doing espionage in old Japan. The martial art that the ninja would practice was most of the time called taijitsu. Daken taijitsu, which was the striking art, and ju taijitsu or jujitsu, which was the grappling art. If we really were going to be
so jujitsu actually came the reason why they taught jujitsu was to just get them in submissions, but more of okay, so if they lost their weapon and they were like, okay, I'm gonna die, I like I'm gonna die honorably. Instead, they will catch the not the blade but the hand, and they were able to use that, disarm the opponent. Now, um, and, uh, and they will use jujitsu uh, as a way to trap them. They would do leg. They would do leg thing to be able to get a elbow. So they didn't. They wasn't trying to go for on bar or trying to choke or anything like that. Uh, they that might have, but the jujitsu mainly for the ninjas was mainly to fight dirty on the ground, or take them their opponents on the ground so they can, because if they were bigger than them, they would uh, find a way to get to the dominant session so they can go into the main enemy, or to be able to finish them off with a tanto, basically.
technically correct, we say we're doing Toshin Taijitsu, which sort of means like 5-element body style martial arts.
And those 5 elements are what we start with. First off is earth.
It's characterized by like an up and down.
So yeah, they so all the stop. Yeah, so this is, I like this. This is unique.
An emphasis on stability and power, and we're gonna sink over top, stand up, fingernails in the lips, and drive straight down to the ground. We tried a few times. Now, when we practice this stuff, it's real common for us to go like 53% speed.
Okay.
Just to stay safe.
That's
any
very
faster,
specific.
Any faster is like deadly.
54. Okay.
Yep.
And as precise as 53 seems, wait until you see Hardy go with some of his students later in their like sparring-esque section.
And what characterizes water is we've got that stability that we've had with earth. We're adding some mobility to it. Okay. Specifically, sort of a pull back and crash. It will fade back and we'll hit. And I'm gonna shift in and knock this person back and blast them back. Fade back and hit and then kick him way back and away, where again, I could draw.
Yeah, so he's talking about drawing them. So yeah, that is fine in those time periods because of the fact when they go back, they did that. They was making a created space so they can draw their sword and go for the kill. I think now nowadays you don't have to do that. You can do it in MMA now, and to create that distance between you. You would push him that far out, but you would push him enough so you can go into that. So you can um, adapt it. Some of these moves to your MMA training.
Draw shuriken or other weapons from this position.
And that was a cool tidbit about weapons. And speaking of weapons,
Judo into the neck this way. So we have 16 different traditional fists.
make every fist you could think of within like.
Done.
Was that all of them?
That's all. No, no, but
I'm actually kind of convinced he did make all those fists.
we've all had those moments where somebody's bumped something and you caught it before it fell, right? You're tuned in, you're plugged in, and that's what we'd call a fire element. As opposed to fading back and getting space, what if I see it come?
So a lot of people was, if I saw this, well, he's doing park style. You gotta think about this though. We don't we don't know when somebody if somebody a Japanese person learned Wing Chun and brought it and trying to mix it all into jujitsu, ninjitsu, right?
Coming and I pop him at the same time, so we get this little counter pop. This was one that I used to use a lot back in my MMA days as well. One more.
Don't publish your book on Amazon. You have at least 6 other options that will help you.
Again, we're going to move offline, slide out of the way, right? That sort of evasive movement. We've got another one of those big power overhands coming in. Boom, going to hit me that way. Yep. Could I slide to this side and pop him in the ear? Can I let the movement of my body power sort of we call it a happaken, or this, it's an 8-leaf fist. Okay. The ability to flow in and out of one element to the next would be the 5th element, and we would call that void. It's the place where the other elements live. A little fire, a little wind thing, a little water drop off of the angle might be an expression.
Wow, so
of that.
he got, I remember of when he did that, he got into the angle where you can go into like a boxing mode. That you could Ninjitsu is beautiful like that, all like that, because you can use those kind of elements and really got you in the ribs, or got you in the kidney, or got you in I can hit you in a vital area, or if I'm here, if I got you, if I'm close enough, I can go with the tonto, or if I can throw my shurikens or whatever.
Now, we can't have talk about fighting like ninjas and be void of questioning. Sparring is like a good way to pressure test. Do you guys spar? Like, how do you implement this kind of stuff in a faster pace?
The most common way you'll see ninjitsu people practice what they're doing, the guy might punch me, he might tackle me, he might throw a kick. He's not going to actively resist my defensive sequence, but he's going to make me come up spontaneously. Now, I'm with you. I did some MMA and did some jiu-jitsu.
Okay, Hardy's being modest here. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt.
And I believe that that's extremely important, the way that we train it here. Sort of like in that first Jurassic Park movie. They didn't have the complete DNA sequence for the dinosaurs, so they put a little frog DNA in there. And that's what we do with some jiu-jitsu. You know?
So I guess the next step would be, is it cool with you if I come take a class?
Man, yeah, absolutely.
It was incredibly nice of Hardy to invite me back, but I needed to know what I was doing, so I practiced at home.
I'm gonna head to ninjitsu class later today, but I've been practicing my ninja skills. I bet you can't figure out where I am right now.
Oh, there, champ. I can see your body right here, my guy. There's a little, seems to be like a tire, maybe. But you look like you're laying over there, my guy. I can see your feet. Your feet, my guy. This is your feet. Come on, Seth. You can't hide that, bro. If you pay attention to the video, you can really see his feet. He's laying here. His head is up that way, so you can see what looks like feet. Anyways,
I'm over here. I'm behind this this ninja bench. The techniques that we worked on in the one-on-one session
there's a
were all very
bench.
cool. But I am very interested to see
It's
how
kind of hard to tell what it is from a far distance.
Ninjitsu translates from slow, technical, kind of martial arts technique theory, in a way, to actual practice. It's not like you can just walk around doing that to folks. So how do you really know if it works? I guess we go take a class. In true ninja fashion, we started off with ninja rolls, and then followed by a sprawl, which is pretty cool. And then we moved on to weapons work, which was the bow. I don't know if you knew.
Never watched this video, but I had an idea where he would have been, because he put something right there to make it obvious. If you good job of not really trying your best to hide.
This was my favorite weapon. Maybe he was trying to sweep me up so I'd make a better video. But I'm a huge fan of the bow. We worked.
Bows are awesome. Bow is a long weapon. So it's a good way to keep your opponent away. You have sweeping motion. You have you're able to keep your distance between you and your opponent, and all the fun stuff. I would like you to buy me a bow so I can go back to doing the bow, doing some bow motions and movement. I love. I also like the bow as well. I don't like how some of these martial arts turn into a competitive thing. It was meant for competition, but it's pretty cool to watch them do all their stuff to do it. But other than that, I need some more coffee. Other than that, it's not bad. Let's continue.
On this defense from a sword, which is a really cool theory. A lot of their weapons.
Yeah, they have really cool sword defense. Because of the fact it's a longer weapon. So it's the same concept. If you got a longer arm, which you have to use the reach advantage, and that to keep your. So especially someone who has a sword, who the sword is like maybe 40 inches to 50 inches, right? So between 40 to 50 inches. I think the longest one I have. I'm talking about overall. So you gotta think about the sword is an extension of them. So is a bow. Bow is a longer weapon, and it gives you a longer extension of yourself. So you gotta keep in mind. Traditionally, a bow is about 6 foot, right? So it's a 6 foot long, and it's light. It's easy to move. So you can parry from thrust. You can also sweep, attack from up from the top of the head. You can if you a really good bowler can really evade and defend himself against someone who has a high level swordsman, right? And unless it's like Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto's Musashi. Anyways, himself is a legend. in itself. Anyways, let's
His
continue.
work is simply gaining space to be able to use the weapon,
Right.
or gaining control of the other person before deploying. Then we moved on to an elbow parrying technique.
Now you also have the same concept with a sword, but you can inside. If you have learn how to get inside with somebody who has a longer weapons, such as a bow. This is where the bow tissue comes in place, so you learn how to use a bow. And other shorter weapons as well. Because they have Kali sticks, or I call it Kali sticks, but they got sticks that they can fight shorter, such as baton, fun stuff. So it's pretty cool. They got karmas that I mean, the ninjas have to be skilled in all kinds of weapons, like Nachoku, shurikens, katanas, all kinds of weapons. So, jack it or Dre's, baby.
Easy. One more time. Go. Easy. All right, so Mr. Brad's doing the toss. By that angle, where again, you can come back in and push in when you touch out. All right, 1, 2, 3.
After we got the hang of that, we moved on to a progression of techniques, which kind of teaches you how to do multiple things and stay in balance the whole time.
We all grew up on the joys of fast food. The good food made fast and affordable.
By the end of the
Nice
progression,
sweep.
we added a takedown and then a takedown variation in case this didn't work
That was a nice sweep.
the way we wanted it to. Leg goes away, scoop the knee, and drive through. Now, there was a really interesting point here that I want
Pan,
Hardy
yeah.
to explain.
With this sort of like old Japanese groundwork, if you
Yeah.
get a chance
Yeah.
to go to knee on belly, like you pull that knife or pull his sword, and,
Yeah.
but I want to put the pressure on him and not necessarily.
So you'll be pulling in a tanto. So yeah, he's right. The pinning of that move would be, as I was saying earlier, their jiu-jitsu wasn't really going for the unbars or training chokes. That was much later. But the concept, the concept of as a training choke is if I can trap their hand on the hand, I'm able to grab my tanto and go for the kill. So it's more of a it's not necessarily I got side control. I can go for armbar. No, the armbar was armbar was there, but it was meant, everything that was meant to destroy, break the arm, break the leg. You wasn't trying to cement them. The idea of a ninja was to kill. In other words.
To get to where I'm on the ground with it if I can help it.
These kind of intricacies are super cool to me, because if I'm sport fighting, it's okay if I end up at side control a little bit. I can work my way out. I know there's 3 minutes in the round. But in this kind of stuff, I want to get my weapon, I want to get out. Now it's time to shake hands with my new friends and start randori. Or we just jump right to it, I guess. You guys call that randori, slightly different than judo randori.
Yep. It's sort of hard to describe, but it's like a problem-solving, quick question and answer sort of physical thing.
Right.
So it's an opportunity for everybody to practice a skill.
Yep.
There's some pressure.
Yeah, right.
There's some pressure. And some nights we put mouthpieces in, we put gloves on, and there's a little more pressure.
Right.
But for the most part, it's like that.
So the black belt was the red stripes around it, or the people who's like going. So it's like the black belt advance. And what that means is saying, they got so many stripes. You get so many stripes until you get to the red belt. And see how dark that red is? The red line is. You've been in this that long where you can go become the 8th grade or 9th grade. Uh, in other words, Hachi done and Q done. Uh, and that's and it says will take you to the highest, one of the highest level that you be in karate and any Japanese, basically any Japanese style. The red. I said any. I think the only ones that's not doesn't have that, unless that, well, I think modern judo might have that, because you gotta think about it, judo only had 2 belts, and it was the white and the black. And it was until I can't think of his name, the guy who created Shotokan added the belts. He had he added white, yellow, and so on over to the black, and the red. He was the one that decided to have the red belt as, so hey, I'm a master. I'm the 8th or 9th or the 10th. The grandmaster with the 10th, Dan. So so that's what I would present. I'm trying to think here. I can't think of his name right now. Let's continue.
I hate to say it this way, but it's almost like an improv jazz martial art. There's nothing prescribed, but it's a chance to practice the principles of the things that you practice then.
Right.
Now, we roll
Yeah.
too.
Right.
And sometimes we'll roll with slaps, but that's about as much as we do.
Now, the slower you go with this, the more flowy it is, but the less it feels like a sparring reflection. But then Sensei Hardy goes.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
before it's my turn, this is Reagan. She's a brown belt in a black belt class, and at first I just was like, oh, that's super cool, but we'll come back to that later. First, though, I have to live my dreams. What does that mean? Having ninja skills, being surrounded by bad guys.
That's a good job, man. He did well. That's devastating. Well, of course you gotta think about it. This isn't so. He has a karate background. He does have Muay Thai. He's on judo and so he has some grappling experience already. Yes, son. What, Bubba? What happened to your towel? Alright, grab a towel quick, bud. Okay, grab another towel. One in here and grab another towel. Alright, Bubba, I'm coming. Hold on, guys. I'm coming back. I'll be back. I'm coming. finish up real quick. I'm almost done, okay? No, put your towel in the dryer, okay?
Remember how I mentioned Reagan earlier? Well, apparently she had gone through all the different
bud.
groups and done Randori with almost everybody.
You
And
gonna say hi to everybody on my YouTube video? Yeah. I got a lot of videos on here that needs to. They can't see you. That's my son. He's the one been talking to me the whole time. Little sticker.
it turns out this was her black belt test.
Oh wow.
Congratulations, Reagan.
Indeed, congratulations to Reagan. Awesome step to go. So anywhere you get your black belt, karate, jujitsu, jitsu, black sash. If you were doing Wing Chun, right crane. Gong Wu, all that jazz, and then you have Taekwondo and whatever, etc. So whenever you get your black, you get that to that level of status is a accomplishment, and you've been in there, you do it, you hang in there that long, where it's 3 years to 10 years. All right, if you've been in for so long, a long time, hey, and you stick through it. Awesome. I don't know, applause for you.
Couldn't get the camera off the tripod. I tried. Anyway, big thank you to Chapel Hill Quest Martial Arts for letting me be a part of this experience. Big thank you to Sensei Hardy, and please check out his YouTube channel that's linked down below. It's got tons of ninja stuff. You'll probably enjoy it.
So that's the end of my video. If you like my stuff, subscribe, all that fun shit. I am out here. As soon as I can tell the thing.